What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the debate room. Today we're just going over the games. I'm your host Jay. As usual, I got my guys Q, Max, and Latif. Y'all can say what's up.
What's up, guys?
Yo,
All right. So first topic is the Wolves sweep the Suns. Y'all can go talk about it.
I mean, after about the first two games, I knew this series was over. I kind of more just want to talk about the Suns' future. Then we probably talk about the Wolves, and because they obviously gonna be facing the Nuggets
Denver.
in the next round, and so I kind of want to talk about what that matchup's gonna look like, their chances in that series as well. But the Suns are one of the worst situations in basketball right now. They
Yes.
have three players who have very similar games offensively, aren't two-way players when you need them to be, aren't great playmakers when you need them to be. They've been terrible down the stretch throughout the entire season. And now they're going to scapegoat their coach. They're going to fire Frank Vogel, according to Woj, because they underwhelmed this season, because they were first round exit. But truthfully, their roster construction is terrible. Um, and Frank Vogel is a defensive coach. That's what he's known for, getting the best out of you defensively. And so for you not to give him that many defenders, for you to give him three repetitive offensive players, you just set him up for failure. And so he's going to get scapegoated. He's going to get fired, even though he wasn't the greatest coach this year. I can acknowledge that. But they don't have first round picks after this season until 2030. They need to. It's hard for me to say they need to rebuild, like trade KD, trade Devin Booker, because they don't have their picks. So being bad is not going to help them at all. But when you have an aging KD with a terrible roster with not many avenues to improve it, you have to hit the refresh button. They're one of the most expensive teams in the entire NBA, and they have no shot of contending for a championship. So for that reason, I just think the best plan of action would probably have to be trade D Book, trade KD. Bill has a no trade clause, which is insane. Like in hindsight, yes, like trading CP3 for a bill is like you have to, like you kind of had to do that, I guess, because like the value you can get for like CP3 and Bill and Aiden or whatever, cool. But it's like the fact that he's getting paid damn near like 55 million dollars a year and he has no trade clause, that's just a terrible contract. Bill is one of the worst contracts in the entire NBA. Like he's still a good player, but like his contract is nuts and you can't really move off of it. I don't think anyone's going to accept that. So it's like I want them to rebuild, like this core is not going to get it done. They're not going to win a championship. But when you think about it, Matt Ishiba, whatever his name is,
Ishbia.
he's Matt Ishbia is paying hefty a lot of money into the luxury tax right now, and they're not going to be able to win a championship. But they also don't have picks. So it's like, do you try to ride this out, try to make the roster better, and try to hope for a championship with aging, injury-prone players, or do you try to hit a reset button? It's like both the options are not the greatest. I feel like so that their future is terrible. They're one of the worst situations in basketball for sure. That's what I got out of the series. Coming into the series, I picked the Nuggets in six, I believe. I thought,
Timberwolves.
oh yeah, I'm tripping. No, I picked the Suns. I picked the Suns at six, not the Nuggets.
Oh,
I picked the
yes.
Suns at six coming to the series because, based on what we saw in the regular season, they had a lot of trouble dealing with the perimeter offense of the Suns. But in this playoff series, Rudy Gobert played better on the perimeter. Karl Towns played better on the perimeter, and they had a direct game plan for shutting down Devin Booker, which was really the difference in the series. Also, Yusuf Nurkic just played terrible. Like he was god awful. So Rudy Gobert dominated him was a big thing in this series. He did not look like a starting center at all. And then it wasn't Jaden. It was no Jaden McDaniels basically took away D Book. Like he dropped 40 in this game, but before that he was not great at all. So props to Jaden McDaniels. I said coming into the series, if the Timberwolves were going to win, the Ant had to be the best player in the series, and that's what he was. I thought it was really good through the first two games, but then Ant turned it up to end the series. He had 40 tonight. He had dropped 31 in the second half. So shout out Ant. He's a rising star right now. We may have some talks about where he is in the NBA as far as ranks, but that was really my whole synopsis on the series and where the Suns' future is going. Later in the segment, we'll talk about you know them against the Nuggets because the Nuggets are not winning that series. That's over. But
You don't think that the Nuggets are not going to beat the Timberwolves? You don't think?
No, I'm saying the series is already over, bro.
Oh, you're saying Denver's
Yep.
going to win?
Yeah,
Denver's
gonna
going to beat LA.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised, obviously, that Phoenix couldn't even steal a game. Edwards' dominance. I feel like we should have talked more about that last year, even in the 5 games they had last year. Anthony Edwards was still pretty solid, right? He was a good playoff performer last year, especially
He was great.
especially
He was
in 3,
great.
4, 4, and 5. I thought he turned it up. I don't know. Maybe my memory is wrong, but I thought he was good in the playoffs. We didn't really touch on that before this preview. Going
He had
forward,
30. My bad, but he averaged 31 against the Nuggets. They just don't have the rim protection or perimeter defense to stop him. So we'll talk about it later, though.
I think going forward, though, not having your picks is very bad. And I feel like there's really only 2 logical ways of going about it. And it's trying to trade all your pieces just for valuable assets and moving on with that, knowing you don't have your own picks and trying to build a competent team while you have other assets. And 2 is still keeping Devin Booker and just trying to trade away the other pieces, which is what I think will happen. I think that the Suns will look at their options. They'll see that Devin Booker is still, what is he, 28?
Yeah, around there, 27, 28. But you talk about trading the
27.
assets and keeping Devin Booker, trading the assets and keeping Devin Booker, right, Max? So you can't trade Bill. Bill's untradeable, bro. He has a no trade clause, and no team is going to want to trade for him. So how is that possible?
Look. I'm not saying it's the best plan of action. I'm saying they have to keep butts in seats, and they don't want to suck, and that's what's going to end up happening. You can somehow get Nurkic's contract off. You could convince some team that Grayson Allen's whatever. You could use the luxury tax once you trade. Like, once you get Kevin Durant out of the books, they have a little bit of money. You could trade Kevin Durant for something this year.
What's something?
Huh?
I don't think KD's trade value is that high at all. He is 36, 37, has an injury history. He's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be playing for too much.
Whoa. Let's relax.
I still think
Kevin Durant go for 3, at least 3 first right now. Let's calm it down. Like, if he wants to dip their toe in the water, they'll give up 3 first round picks for Kevin Durant right now.
Who'd you say?
And that's not crazy. Exactly. That's not.
You said OKC. You said OKC.
Yeah. OKC give up 3 first round picks.
Exactly. That's a far drop off. That's a far drop off from what it was like literally like a year ago.
No, was it?
How many picks did Phoenix trade for him, including like 2-3 players?
They gave up 3 Mikal and Cam.
Exactly. They're not. They're not going to get that level of role players and picks again for Kevin Durant. That's a far drop off from what it is now. Like OKC, on God, OKC would just give up probably Kaysen.
I think OKC is the next. I think OKC is like the only team that would be giving up.
Miami would do it too. Miami give a 2 first round pick. They probably give you Jaime, Terry, and somebody else, and that'll be it. Like they'll do it. Like, let's not overreact.
It's not overreacting. That's not high trade value, especially because the picks gonna be trash. That's not really high trade value at all.
I'm not agreeing with everything Latif said. I think KD still has value, but I agree.
I didn't say he didn't have value. I said it's not that high. It's not that high.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close saying he doesn't have value.
It's not those picks are going to be garbage.
That Miami package does not wow me at all.
Exactly.
You're not going to get any team traded from. You're not going to get good value picks because he's not going to a bad team where those picks are going to be bad.
Understand, but OKC is different where they have other teams' picks they could throw
exactly. Those would be the valuable
OKC picks. Is a rarity. Like, I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think many of the teams are like that.
But
that's for
Kevin Durant. No team that Kevin Durant's playing for is supposed to have a high pick anyway. It was never going to be a good pick unless it was somebody else's pick.
When we think of the trade packages that other star players have went for, that's going the package they're going to get back is going to be bad relative to those trade packages because KD's older, because he has injury history. We don't know how long he's going to be playing for the rest of his career. So, relatively speaking, it's not going to be a great trade package at all.
Don't compare it to a trade package from a couple years ago. Compare it now, like judge it.
I'm not talking about from a couple years ago. I'm talking about
I'm just saying, like, don't judge it compared to what it was, whatever it was. Judge that trade package when it happens.
It's not going to be great. It's not going to be great.
Judge it based on that value. If somebody gives up 3 first round picks for Kevin Durant for the next 3 years, that's still good value. So it's not a bad.
That's good value for the other team. For the Suns, no. That's like not really no.
Why it's not
the
good?
picks are not,
why would it not be good value for Miami?
It will be for Miami.
He said
for the Suns. No,
it'll also be good for the Suns. They got 3 first-round picks that they need.
Bro, 3 first-round picks is not, especially coming from Miami. They're not going to be great. They're not going to help their rebuild that much, especially they're going to be because it's going to be late in the first round.
Why can't they just trade those? Why can't they just then trade those first-round picks for talent?
For what talent?
Anything a first-round pick can fetch you back.
I
just
you're thinking 20 overall though. Like, what's a 20 overall pick going for? 18 to 20.
But, and then no, it's not going to be a great value. They have no way to get great value for Kevin Durant. It's no way, because again, he is old, injury prone. It's just not going to ever be able. Like, you're not going to recoup nowhere near close to what KD is worth anymore. And like, again, relative to other star trade packages like a Paul George, like Donovan Mitchell, like Rudy Gobert, like all the stars we've seen traded in the last 5 years or so, that's not going to be a great trade package. It's not. I don't know why we even.
I think with all that being said, though, I still think the move is to trade Kevin Durant this offseason. Like, I think you got to.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't. I just said that in my monologue.
This up right now. Like, and again, it's nothing. I feel like Kevin Durant's the one piece that actually works. Sometimes, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's D-Book and KD next to each other. The 3 players all being similar, like scorers or offensive players. Like, I get that. But yeah, like I mean, you can keep Book. You can keep trying to build teams around Devin Booker if you want. Obviously, we know that hasn't worked in the past. It might not work in the future. But I don't think the Suns are just going to give up and sell and kind of clean house. So I think really the only move is to trade KD, try and see what you can get for Beal. I don't even know.
Beal is not getting traded, bro. He is not getting traded.
If he goes to a contender, he will get traded, but no one has money to go take his contract.
He is making $54 million next year, bro.
I just said that. No one has money to take his contract.
He went 2 for 10 in a closeout game. He is not getting.
Send him to Orlando.
He's a contender that has space for $50 million of Bradley Beal.
Send him Orlando.
I don't think a rebuilding team that would be dumb. No rebuilding team gonna want him either.
Orlando's calling the Suns. Orlando's calling for Devin Booker. They're not calling for Bradley Beal. They're calling for Devin Booker.
And I think the Suns are
giving up 4 first rounds in Franz. They're not doing that for Bradley Beal.
4 first rounds in Franz.
It's gonna be Anthony Black, Franz, and 4 first round picks. That's the floor.
I was gonna say bump it up to 5 first in Franz, and you probably got a deal.
5 first in Franz.
Rudy Gobert went for 5 first round picks. The worst thing.
How much leverage do the Suns have in that situation?
For what?
They have a 28-year-old superstar adjacent, top 10 adjacent player right now in his prime. Yeah, that's 5 first round picks. If it's Franz and Anthony Black, you could dumb it down to 4. Yeah, 4 first round picks, Franz, Anthony Black. You got yourself a deal.
I'm telling you, I think with the Rudy Gobert,
I think they would low-key try to keep Franz. Even they didn't. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the Orlando Magic are gonna be ready to get all it up, especially with Paolo being as young as he is. That's a lot of their future. A lot of it. I don't think they should do that.
I think looking at their team, I don't know. I don't think they're a piece away. I think they're a piece away from being like a top team in the East.
And the Knicks, the Knicks, they don't have the young players, but they'll have the picks.
I don't think New York moves. I think New York keeps trying to build out.
The Knicks are definitely.
I'm not saying if they're doing it or not. I'm just giving a destination. Doesn't matter.
The Knicks are definitely going to be making a move. They were going
to go after Donovan Mitchell. Why would they go after Devin Booker?
I think they go big. I think they go forward or center. I don't think they go.
Ideally,
like Kevin Durant might make sense to go there. That would fit much better, in my opinion. I think if New York calls Phoenix, it's about KD.
It's any star player available in New York is gonna fit. Like, as long as it's not a point guard.
I get it, but yeah, you just got to put someone next to. I don't think a lot of guys. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but who's playing? You're giving up Julius Randle in the deal. Who's playing next to Jalen Brunson?
OG.
I mean,
It's right there.
I mean,
like what superstar is going to play well next to Jalen Brunson?
Oh, KD would be fine.
KD can play with anybody.
Yeah, I was going to say KD's an anomaly. KD and PG are like the two players you should put on any team.
We're going to talk about the Knicks later, but yeah, they definitely
those are two options, though. I guess KD and PG are two options.
Yeah, PG's an option.
PG can sign in straight out. They don't have to give up anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they'd have to get Randall off the book. So they also still trying to give they're still going to give OG a contract also. But that's not the end of it.
Y'all want to talk about so obviously we are at the point where we know that the Suns, I'm not the Suns, the Wolves are probably gonna be playing the Nuggets.
No, let me get my spiel. Let me get my spiel.
Go ahead.
You niggas, you and Q are not fucking sports aficionados. Please stop. Just because you watch Nick Wright every day, just because you look at stats every day, doesn't mean you guys know exactly what you guys are talking about.
All right, if you're gonna give your spiel, don't be disrespectful and really be serious.
That's not disrespectful. How was that disrespectful? Just because you watch Nick Wright every day, just because you look at stats,
that's being disrespectful.
You know exactly what you're talking about. How was that disrespectful?
Because that's not what it was at all. And before you even go, everything that happened, everything that happened, bro, everything that happened in these 4 games, you said nothing. You didn't predict any of this. So don't try to, please don't try to get a win off of something that you did not predict. You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything that happened in the series. Like you didn't predict anything that happened in the series except for the W. You didn't have no analysis. You didn't get no reasoning or nothing. All you said they was gonna win. That's it. So don't come in here and try to make a real victory lap. You're starting off disrespectful, saying a whole lot of nonsense that don't even mean anything to try to brag about a W that you didn't even know was gonna happen. You didn't know how it was gonna happen. You didn't have no guesses, no answers, no points, no anything. Now you could go ahead.
Anyways, bro. So first off, I brought up the perimeter defense, which again, you can talk about Bradley Beal, who was damn near neutralized, still had nine points this game. I think he only averaged 16 points. Assist to turnover ratio, trash. Devin Booker this whole series, trash. He dropped 49. He dropped 49 today, but every other game, trash. My one prediction was that KD was gonna have to drop 40 just to compete, and D-Book dropped 50, damn near 50 today, and KD dropped 33, 35, and this was their closest game. Now let's look at numbers. Since you guys want to look at numbers, this is your whole you and Latif just that, man. Let me look it up for you guys. I know you guys already know it because you guys are just great at stats. Okay, so game one, Devin Booker had 18 points. Bradley Beal had 15 points. I guess you could say that's a good game. Stars, whatever, cool. And Kevin Durant had 31. And it was 120 to 95, right? Game 2, 105 to 93 in the favor of the Timberwolves. You know that they swept the series. Kevin Durant, 18 points. Bradley Beal, 14 points. Devin Booker, 20 points. Again, I talked about perimeter defense. That was my whole analysis. I talked about perimeter defense, but you guys brought up how Anthony Edwards and struggled against the Suns in the regular season. But I get when we talk regular season, doesn't have anything to do with playoffs. You can scheme it up, but since you guys wanted to diminish my takes, regular season play mattered. So again, that's what happened to the Suns in game 2. Let's look at game 3. 126 to 109. Because I don't know why it's going slow. Kevin Durant, 25 points. Bradley Beal, 28 points. That was his best game of the series. Devin Booker, 23 points. Still lost by 17 points. Now let's look at today's game. The closest game that has been this whole series, 122-116. Kevin Durant, 33 points. Devin Booker, 49 points. You have to drop 40. You have to drop 40 plus to compete. Just like I said, the Timberwolves have the perimeter defenders, and I believe that Anthony Edwards is going to go off this series. But I guess that's no analysis. That's no analysis at all. You and Latif, you guys got it, bro. You guys are the basketball and football aficionados. You know exactly what you're talking about. Just because you watch all these shows, just because you look at stats, you know exactly what you're talking about. So you get to diminish me all you want. But guess what? I'm going to take this victory because I called it. You guys tried to diminish what I said. You guys tried to make my analysis feel smaller than what it was. But now when I'm right, now it was no analysis. I didn't guess anything. I didn't say anything. I had nothing to do with it. It was just vibes. It's cool. That's whatever. I wanted you guys to say whatever you guys had to say. I let you guys talk for as long as you had to talk. But you can go back to episode 1. I gave you my analysis. I said the Timberwolves have the perimeter defenders to stop. No, I did say Bradley Beal, and it ended up being Devin Booker. And I also said that Kevin Durant was gonna have to drop 40 to compete. He didn't drop 40. He dropped 33, and Devin Booker dropped 49, damn near 50, and that was the only chance of them competing. So I guess if that's what you want to take it away and make my analysis seem smarter than what it is, cool. But I guess this. I literally talked about perimeter defense of the Timberwolves, which showed up and showed out. I literally talked about Ant having a coming out party, which he did. So whatever. Try to make my analysis smarter than what it is. Try to act like you guys are just on top of everything. Your word is law. Your word is above mine. But it's not happening anymore. It's not happening. I didn't say anything disrespectful. This is what you guys do. This is what.
All right. Anyways,
you call it. So, if you call it disrespectful, no, bro, you're not gonna shut me up. You're never gonna shut me up. You're never gonna have the ability to shut me up. If that's what you guys want to do, then we can do it. But I'm gonna pop mine every time when I'm right. Every single time. Now you continue. You can talk.
So first of all, that was disrespectful because you came in talking about we watching shows. Nobody watches shows because the only thing is. I don't watch. No, I do not watch First Thing First, bro. I do not. I don't watch shows ever, bro. First of all, so one, that was disrespectful to act like we get our basketball analysis off shows. That's one. Two, nobody is acting like they're basketball aficionados. You made your analysis. We came back with our analysis of what actually happened. And first of all, your analysis was Bradley Beal is washed. Bradley Beal was not great in this series, but you said nothing about Devin Booker.
He wasn't great. You said nothing. And also, did I not talk about the Timberwolves perimeter defense?
I already played the clip. I played the clip on the last video. Everybody can go back and watch it. Everybody can go back. You talk about. You said they had a. No, you said they had. You said. You said. Bro, shut up. You said. You said they said. Bro. So are we gonna just? Can you go back and forth, bro? Anyways. You said they had the perimeter defense. No. You said KD. You said I'm not going to diminish KD, but they're going to do what they're going to do. You said they had the perimeter defense to stop Bill, which is that's not what happened in this series because you do not effectively analyze what happened. If you would have came in here and said, yeah, okay, Rudy Gobert is going to dominate the glass. They're going to be way too physical, way too big for them. That they're going to put Jalen Downs on Bradley Beal. Jalen Downs on Devin Booker, and they're going to completely shut him down the entire series. That would have been analysis. If you would have said Frank Vogel was going to get completely outcoached by Finch, that is analysis, bro. So for you to act like we had to be basketball aficionados.
My question is, what did you guys say? And then you can go past because first off, that was the first 5 seconds of what I said when we first started talking about.
I had a clip. It's on the last video.
Exactly. That's what I opened. I opened up the conversation. I'm the one who opened it up when we first talked about the Suns and the Timberwolves. I said what I said, and then you guys cut me off in the first 15 seconds. Secondly, cool. I talked about the Timberwolves perimeter defense. That's what I did. I literally talked about them.
You
and
said
then the next game, no. Let me speak. And then the next game, after the first game, I said, you know what? I think I said it I think I said it in an initial reaction. I don't think they have any defenders who can stop KD. And I believe that KD was going to get off. And I said, I think I said after the first game that it's going to take Kevin Durant 40 points. He's going to have to give you 40. He's going to have to give you 40 plus points just to compete. And what happened? What happened?
I don't believe that's not what they needed. I don't believe
that. That is.
No.
That's Devin Booker had to give you 50. Devin Booker had to give you 50.
That's not what they needed. That's not what they needed.
Give you 50, and Kevin Durant had to give you 33.
See,
just to lose by 6 points. That was their closest game. That was the closest game of the series.
That's not the way I view the series. I don't think Kevin Durant had to drop 40 points. And I've already said this. I don't think Kevin Durant had to drop 40 points for them to compete. I think
who else is going to do it?
That no, it's not about them dropping 40 points. First of all, they need more balanced scoring attack. We talked about this already. They need it. It's not about them.
Well, they don't have that. They don't have that.
That's the problem. Listen, you see, I haven't been cutting you off consistently, bro. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I let you guys speak the first.
I just let you go off. Now I'm responding. I just let you go. I let you go. I'll let you go, bro. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You are the only. You are the only one. You are the only. You are the only one mad, bro.
Yo. We can't be cutting each other off the whole time.
Anyways, bro.
First 20 minutes. I let you speak.
Again, I don't think KD had to drop 40 in this series for them to win. He didn't have to average 40 for them in this series to win.
And he didn't. You know why? Because he didn't.
Bro.
Because he didn't.
That's not what they needed to win the series. That is not what they needed.
The assets that they had already in the series. What are you talking about? They can't.
Exactly.
They can't.
I didn't say nothing about them acquiring new players. You're not listening. You're not listening.
To give you what you think?
I'm not talking, bro. Bro, I'm not talking about Royce O'Neal. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I didn't mention Royce O'Neal. I didn't mention Royce O'Neal once. I'm talking about with their 3 stars, they need 1, more balanced scoring in the series. 2, they just obviously need to defend better and crash rebounds better. They need to move the ball more. They were playing too much ISO ball, which is really what KD dropping 40, having the ball stick to his hand was never going to be a formula for them to win because he's not going to be able to do that every night. Even if he did, they probably would have still lost. It's not about them competing.
So when they had a balanced scoring attack, in Game 3, when Kevin Durant
look at the efficiency.
When Bradley Beal had 28,
look at the efficiency.
Booker had 23. What happened?
Look at the efficiency. Look at the efficiency.
No, we're not talking about efficiency. That is a balanced scoring attack.
What the fuck? Efficiency matters. What are you talking about?
It
Listen, that was one part. That was one part of what I just said. Them KD dropping 40, having the ball stick in his hand was never going to be the reason they win. They needed to defend better. You actually break down what happened in this series. Rudy Gobert was dominant defensively. Cat played his ass off defensively. They needed to match the Timberwolves' intensity on both sides of the ball, bro. They needed to move the ball. They were not able to shift the defense of the Timberwolves because they were doing all that isolation shit. So for Kevin Durant to be dropping 40, it would have meant that they were just let him ISO, not moving the ball, and they still wouldn't have won. That's your problem, bro. You have to analyze it from more than one perspective. KD dropping 40 would have not won him the series. He could have averaged 40 in this series, and they would have still fucking lost. They needed more from Bradley. They needed more from Devin Booker. Even though Kevin Durant would have averaged 40, they would have still lost because Devin Booker wouldn't give you shit. That's the fucking problem.
So
they need Devin Booker to play well.
Was today a balanced scoring attack, Latif?
No.
Okay, but
if you look at their bench consistently, did not get them anything. Their bench, bro, they defended better at times in this game. They did a better job rebounding. That was the real reason why it was ever close in this game. Yes, Devin Booker gave you 50 points. The problem is if Kevin Durant just averaged 40, that was not going to win them series. You need Devin Booker to step up and be big the entire series. That's one of the reasons they lost. Like, what are we talking about? So Kevin Durant averaging 40 was not going to win them the series. That's not a smart take.
I never said that.
That was not going to have them compete. That was never going to have them compete.
That is the only way they're going to compete.
No, there was not.
Because if Devin Booker, this is the closest game when Kevin Durant almost got to that 40-point mark, and when
Devin had 50. So what are you talking about?
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
What are you talking about?
That makes no sense, bro. How does that make sense? If you just said Kevin Durant has to drop 40, but then the closest game was with Devin Booker dropping 50. That means the series was going to be closer if Devin Booker consistently stepped up and plays his level. It's more about Devin Booker being consistent. The reason they took him out of the series is why they won the series.
Because you have a
What
problem.
are you talking about?
The thing is, you talk so much that you can't fucking listen. That's your problem. I literally said
nothing you're saying is making sense right now.
Earlier in my spiel, I said, you know what? You can say that I was wrong about Kevin Durant dropping 40 because you know what? Devin Booker is the one that gave you 50 tonight. But the thing is, somebody was going to have to give you that type of offensive production. KD, Devin Booker, whoever. I was wrong. I guess I said Kevin Durant. I was wrong. I guess you can nitpick that too because that's what you love to do.
That's not nitpicking. You said Kevin Durant had to drop 40, and that was completely wrong. That was completely wrong. That was completely wrong.
That's what you're doing. You're wrong. You nitpick stuff, so I'm gonna let you have it. I was wrong, and I said KD. Devin Booker is the one who actually.
You was also wrong about them not taking away Devin Booker. You didn't. Nothing you actually said in your analysis went right in a situation, except Amp going crazy. That was the only part.
What did you say? Your analysis that went right. What happened in your analysis that went right?
I never said I was right. You came in.
Your analysis that went right.
I never said I was right about the series.
Just tell me. Just give me one.
I said I came on this podcast. I came on this podcast and literally started off the thing. Admitting I was wrong about the series because again, then I laid out what I thought, what I said, my analysis, and what happened in the series and how that differed. But you weren't listening. And then that's one. So that's one. And two, when I made my analysis of the series, I said if the Timberwolves were to win the series, right? Anthony Edwards would have to be the best player in the series. Did I think that was going to happen? No, but he was the best player in the series, and they won it. Again, it was so much more nuance and what happened in the series than what you said in your analysis. So that's the whole entire problem. And you said the Wolves going to win in 7, so you thought this was going to be a much closer series, but they won in 4. So everybody was completely off on what we were talking about.
I never bragged about the amount of games that they got it in.
You're bragging about being right with the prediction. Your analysis was not right. Your analysis wasn't right. Your analysis wasn't right.
Brag and say that it was going to be.
You're talking about.
Did I ever? Let me speak, bro. Because I'll just let you speak. Did I ever take pride in them sweeping the Suns? Did I ever say that I predicted them to sweep the Suns? Did I ever say that? Did I ever say that the series wasn't going to be close?
Are you done?
Or was it close? Did I ever say that?
Are you done?
Answer my question.
Are you done talking?
You taking a victory lap and acting like using prior games as proof of why you're making a pick for a playoff series and thinking that's something stupid to do is just silly. When
I didn't say it was something stupid to do.
You try to make you're trying to
I used the regular season games.
I just watch you sit here. I just watch you sit here and say a whole lot of.
You didn't use any regular season games.
Yes, I did.
Here and made an issue, making it seem like it's a problem to use prior game film that we have and using that to make a prediction about something that we about to see. That's exactly how this shit goes. That's exactly how it's supposed to go.
And did I say you were wrong for that? I didn't say you were wrong.
And then coming in here talking about some just because you watch TV, bro. I don't get my knowledge from TV. So acting like I got my knowledge from TV is utterly stupid. Don't ever.
Yeah, I don't know what. Don't do that.
If you go,
that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to.
I didn't say it's wrong. I didn't say it's wrong for using regular season games because I used regular season games. When I talked about the Pelicans, and the Thunder, I used regular season games. But guess what? When I used it, when you guys use the regular season games, I said, you know what? You guys may be right, but I'm still gonna take the Timberwolves in 7. But you guys may be right. I'm gonna let you guys have it. That's a pretty smart take. But when I use regular season games, it's no. This is what happened. This is what happened here. This is what happened here. Okay. So why when you guys use regular season games, it's fine. It makes total sense. At least it fits your argument. But when I use regular season games, it's not the regular season isn't the playoffs. You can scheme up against certain things. You can do certain things differently. But when it's you guys, it's no. Regular season is law. Everything that happens in the regular season is a true indicator of what's going to happen in the playoffs. Let me go.
The regular season to say that Zion was going to have a good matchup against OKC, but in those same regular season games, OKC was still up 2-1.
No. Let me ask you this, Jaden. So you were talking about using regular season games in the OKC versus Pelican series? What you talking about?
Yes.
But when we made our player predictions, was Zion not already out? We already knew Zion wasn't coming back.
No, I was still holding on to hope that he would come back.
But I kept saying that Zion is not going to be back in the series. It was a hamstring. But again, you're not God,
and you're not God.
Bro,
your word is not law. What you think?
Bro, he was never coming back.
That was the word from the organization. He wasn't going to be back. He wasn't even going to get evaluated.
That makes no sense. He wasn't even going to reevaluate in 2 weeks.
Okay.
That doesn't mean our word is God. That's being practical.
I didn't see the Thunder sweeping the Pelicans without Zion. I thought that they could get a game. I thought that they could get a game or two, and then in 2 weeks, maybe Zion had a chance of coming back. That was my whole analysis.
Okay,
that was my reasoning.
Okay. So listen. First of all, he didn't have a chance of coming back because he wasn't coming back in 2 weeks. He was getting reevaluated in 2 weeks. We know how injuries works in the NBA. If you're getting reevaluated in 2 weeks, you still have to ramp up all that stuff. So he was never going to be back in time for the series to be competitive. And then, even if he did come back, we know how players play on hamstring injuries. This was part of my analysis. So even using regular season games, even then, he didn't play extremely well against OKC in the regular season. No, he did not.
That's a lie.
No, he did not.
That is a lie.
No, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
When he had shortcomings one game offensively with putting the ball in the basket, he was being a great playmaker. And in the other game, I think he had like 28 and 10 or some crazy.
Even then, did I not say?
Great. So what are you talking about?
No, he wasn't. But didn't I say?
So do I have to look it up? I'm gonna look it up.
You can. I already looked at the stats. I already sent those. We already talked about this. We had these conversations already. Now listen. I already said that was a favorable matchup for Zion anyways, but he was never coming back. So what are we using the regular season games for? What are we using regular season games when I said that was a favorite matchup for Zion, and we already know he wasn't coming back in the series. So using regular season games for the OKC and the Pelicans, OKC and Pelicans was never going to be. And then when we use our evidence from the regular season, you didn't push back, bro. You just gave up. Like, what are you talking about? You didn't push back. You didn't argue back. Like, what are we doing? That was the end of it. You said, yeah, this is vibes. And then
in the first meeting against the Thunder, he had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists, near triple double.
What was his efficiency?
He shot 30%.
He shot terrible, and he was terrible on defense.
Did I not just say when he had shortcomings at putting the ball in the basket, he was being a great playmaker, setting everybody up? Did I not just say that?
Two sides of the ball.
Or am I lying?
Did they win or lose? Did they win or lose? Did they win or lose?
I think they
lost that game.
I think I don't know. It's not showing me.
They lost.
One of these games.
Okay, they went 2-1 with Zion. They went 1-1.
Okay, yeah. So the 29, 10, and 5 game. I think this is the game that they won.
He averaged like 24. He averaged like what 24, 7, and 9 against them for the entire series.
25, 9, and 8.
Right. So I said there was a favorable matchup for Zion. Right, but I never thought he was coming back because, again, I know how injuries work in the NBA. If you get reevaluated, it's a hamstring. We have prior knowledge. You're the only one who was holding. Everybody else on this podcast was saying Zion wasn't going to be in the.
So let me go back to what you said. Let me go back to what you said just to go back on the Wolves and Suns thing because I'm not making this thing about Zion. For you said that I didn't push back. You said I didn't push back against the when you guys brought up the regular season stats. And
yes,
you're totally right. Because guess what? I value that as well. But it's like whenever I bring up the regular season stats, then it's totally different when I try to translate it into the playoffs. Then it's you can get schemed up. It's not a true indicator. But when you guys brought up the regular season, I was like, okay, you know what? You may be right. They didn't shoot well, which I later found. Me and you, Latif, you later found out that they just shot abysmal from the 3-point line, and that's like
which I brought up there like game one.
Exactly. Well, I don't think you brought that up day one.
No, game one. After game one, I brought that up. I said I went back and looked at the stats, and they shot 20% from 3 on wide open looks. So I said, What did I say after that? I said it can't be an indicator because they shot terribly. Did I not say that?
I just gave you your props for that. Did I not?
Okay, go ahead.
But anyways, yes, I agree with you. I backed down, and I said, you know what? I'm still going to take the Timberwolves. Because, again, Anthony Edwards is my second favorite player. Also, I say this was going to be a great coming out party for him this series. I knew that he was going to go off. But I say, you know what? I agree with what you guys were saying because the regular season matchups can be an indicator of what can happen in the playoffs. So guess what? If they fumbled that bad, if they played that terribly against the Suns, I'm going to let you guys have it. I'm not going to say you guys are wrong, but I personally think that the Timberwolves are going to win. I talked about the perimeter defense. And
against Bradley Beal.
As the series progressed, I said, you know, I don't think just the perimeter defense is great on the Timberwolves, but I don't think that they have anybody who can guard Kevin Durant specifically. I believe if Kevin Durant drops 40 points, that's how they're gonna have to compete. And he couldn't do that. Today, He came close to it, 33. D-Book had to drop 50, and that was their closest game. That's all I have to say. That's all I want to say.
I want to make some progress here, right? So look. So when we look at this series, let's recap the whole thing. So when we look at this series, you said Kevin Durant had to drop 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we look at your analysis was even though you only talk about the perimeter defense in regards to Bradley Beal, we can talk. Let's give you the whole perimeter defense thing, right? How they contain the Suns on perimeter. I
believe I said Jaden McDaniels could contain D-Book. I believe I said that.
I don't think you said that, but
I can go back and look. I can go back and look.
You can go back and look. Okay, it's fine. So I want to look at. He said no. He said you didn't say that. I want to look at the nuance of the rest of the series, though. Like compare your analysis to what else happened in the series when we talk about the rebounding.
It's not hard analysis, bro. The Suns couldn't generate a quality bucket anytime down the floor, bro. That's just how that's the story of the team all season. They also didn't have the depth or the production from any of their other players outside the top 2.5.
Grayson Allen got hurt too.
Yeah, and they can't defend. Nurkic be getting played off. Damn it, was supposed to get played off by the floor by somebody that usually gets played off by the floor. The roster is just terrible.
Okay, so
it's not great enough in other areas to overcome such a bad roster team, like bad built team. If Kevin Durant and Devin Booker were better playmakers, this might have looked different. They just cannot generate good offense.
Right, and what I'm looking for our podcast, right? So I want that to be a part of the analysis from the jump. You see what I'm saying? Like, if that was a part of the analysis for the jump, like, okay, the Suns don't have enough playmakers. They're going to get killed on the rebounds. Chris Finch is going to outcoach Vogel by a lot. If that was a part of the analysis, then it would be no pushback. Like, if you would have argued that, we probably would have argued with something different. The problem is, too many times it just be like, oh, vibes. Like, Bradley Beal's washed. Like, opening your statement up with that is just like, that's when we push back. Like, that's the issue, I think. So it's not even like people trying to diminish your analysis, but your analysis is not the reason that they won a series, though. I don't think that was, because
so did I not talk about giving Nickeil Alexander-Walker more minutes, substituting him out for Mike Conley and giving him. Okay, thank you. I just want
to no. Wait. He played with Mike Conley a lot in the series. It wasn't substituting out for Mike Conley.
He did.
You talk about you brought up Nickeil Alexander-Walker's impact on defense and his shooting offensively. Yes, you did. Okay. So I'm just asking that it's not even about a basketball aficionados. Like, just the Nick Wright shit was just crazy. Like,
don't go into predictions telling me they're gonna win because Jokic is going off. Because if that's the case, we don't have to have a conversation. That's a vibe to dive into it. Give some real reason, and don't just Anthony Edwards gonna go off. Like, that don't for the conversation. Like,
Anthony Edwards going off
any series, any team, bro.
Anthony Edwards going off is they don't have the perimeter defense to contain Anthony Edwards. They don't have the point of attack defense to contain Anthony Edwards. Like, that's what that is. They don't have the rim protectors to contain Anthony Edwards, but can we talk? Can we move on, or can we move on to the Wolves and the Nuggets?
Well, before we move on, let's just say that my analysis was totally wrong, which I don't believe was wrong. I believe there were some spots that I was right in, and then there were some spots that I was wrong in. But let's just say my analysis was totally wrong. Just because it was wrong doesn't mean that I didn't give any analysis. Just because what you guys said was wrong doesn't mean that you guys didn't give any analysis. It was just wrong. So don't say I didn't. Everything was strictly no analysis, because that makes no sense.
The Bradley Beal's washes where me and Q pushed back initially. Like, that's Bradley Beal's wash is not analysis. It's not, and I don't think he's washed. They had to beat that bad series. Are you saying they had the perimeter defense to take away Bradley Beal? That's analysis, bro. That's analysis. That's close. That's closer to analysis. What I'm saying. You go ahead, bro.
I ain't about no. We can move on.
Y'all want to talk about the Wolves and the Nuggets matching up, or what?
I would say we could talk about it when second round matchups like actually come out. We could just talk about it when the whole bracket's set. Let's get in New York.
Pacers first.
Oh.
I'll move it on. The Pacers took a 3-1 lead today. It's not much to really talk about. I think in this series, Dame got injured in Game 3. Giannis did not play in this game. He's still doubtful for Game 5, and this game was not close from the start. No, actually, I lied. It was close. It was close in the beginning of the game. I think the Bucks fought hard, especially since they didn't have Dame or Giannis. To be honest, but then
Chris Middleton got injured for a second too. I thought
he did, and I think at the end of the day, them not having Giannis or Dame, it just caught up to them. Bobby Portis also was a huge loss. He got ejected. Like, you getting ejected when you don't have Giannis or Dame, and you are damn near one of the best offensive players on the team, is ridiculous. So that was pretty much it. This is probably one of Hallie's best scoring games. of the series. Pascal Siakam was great. Miles Turner had a great game. He had like 29 points. Was great defensively. And so it's most likely going to be the Knicks and the Pacers in the second round. That's going to be a fun series to watch for sure. I think they're going to lose that series, but the Pacers are going to get out of this first round matchup because
you think it's going to
Dame
be fun?
and Giannis
you think
went down.
You think Indiana, New York will be fun?
It has the possibility to be high scoring.
Yeah. I don't know.
The Knicks and the Pacers.
Yeah, I think New York will actually lock down.
It's like maybe a little storyline in there for.
Yeah, like you got the old history storyline. I don't know. I'd probably go New York in 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think
this got Tyrese Halliburton versus Jalen Brunson all over it for best point guard in the East. Something like that. You can make a whole bunch of nonsense with it.
I get the narratives, but still, gameplay is going to be, in my opinion, I think New York walks away with it pretty easily.
The Knicks are gonna be able to shut them down, bro.
But I mean, I had Pacers in 6 anyway, regardless of the Dame injury. So I ain't really expecting nothing different. Chris Middleton had his life. Well, he ain't have a game of his life because he's done this before. That same exact type, buzzer beater threes and whatnot, like in previous series. But we talking about like 5-6 years ago. But yeah, it's over. Back to the drawing board for them. They have a chance to move both their stars and probably retool this whole thing.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee's in a tough spot, bro. They're in a tough spot. They don't have a bright future at all. They don't have much flexibility. They don't have much draft capital. And you have 3 disappointing ends to the season in a row, basically. You got Dame, who's getting up there in age. Giannis is still great, of course, MVP candidate every single season, but back-to-back injuries for him in the playoffs. So, I don't know, bro.
How many first-round picks does the Warriors have?
Like 3 or 4.
All those picks, Kuminga and Wiggs for Giannis. Then send Dame to Miami for whatever they got. They end up with 6 first-round picks. They'll get 6 first-round picks. Kuminga, probably Tyler Hero. They'll have Tyler Hero, Kuminga, Wiggs, 6 first-round picks. That's how you start that over.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are much closer to rebuild than we think they are because Giannis has shown to be impatient in his career. He wants to win a championship. Last time he was impatient, they went to go get Drew. Then this time they went to go get Dame. He doesn't want to wait around and waste years of his prime and not win a championship. And this roster, this core right now, they're not contenders. I'm sorry. Like Dame is hopefully he bounces back next season. Hopefully Giannis can stay healthy. Then they still have a chance. But as long as the Celtics are in the East, as long as the Celtics are in the East, they're not going to be beating them. The Knicks are a tough draw, especially with Randall coming back next season. So I don't think they're going to be in play to win a championship, especially if Dame keeps regressing like this. I think, again, they are closer to a rebuild than many might think, for sure. But again, I don't think it was going to be much analysis for that game. But Chris Middleton played well. Who else played well for the Bucks?
Brook Lopez.
I think it was Brook Lopez played well too. I think it was like an all around effort. Shout out to I'm not gonna lie. Shout out Doc Rivers. Shout out Doc Rivers. Shout out Doc Rivers for getting this team ready to play and getting them to give a lot of effort. I think the fact that this game was this close for as long as it was, I think that's they got to be props to him for sure. Can we talk about this Clippers and Mavs game, bro? This is one of the weirdest games. This has been one of the weirdest series in the playoffs so far. Jaden, I know you had a lot to say about this series earlier in the day.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did. I mean, you were talking about James Harden. Go ahead. I'll let you go before I,
Bro, no, I was rewatching the initial episode. James Harden, he's just gonna do what he's gonna do. He's been very good this series.
Remind me what you said in the initial episode. Remind me what you said in the episode.
I said James Harden over the course of the year has slowed down. but I think that he's going to pick it up and be very, very serviceable in this series. I highlighted James Harden. I don't know if you were trying to diminish my point, but I highlighted
No,
James
I was
Harden.
making sure what was said.
I highlighted James Harden. James Harden was that guy for me. Now, I did talk about Kawhi Leonard. Again, I didn't think that he was going to be as banged up as he was. In the games that he's played, you obviously see that he's just not healthy enough to play, and that's kind of made their play worse. Obviously, last game was just terrible. I think Paul George had like 7 points. But today was just a great game. James Harden was getting to his spots. I know you guys were making fun of PJ Washington's defense, but it's James Harden, man. Like he's gonna make some plays. He's gonna knock down some shots. Terrence Mann has been doing a great job on Luka. I know Luka's still gonna get his, but just disrupting Luka, just staying in his face, bumping him off his spot. I think again the Clippers have a very, very strong chance of making it out with the West. Like very strong chance. You can make that face.
Bro,
You can
come
laugh.
on, bro.
You can make that face. You
They
can
gotta get
laugh.
past the Mavs first. They have to get past the Mavs first.
And
This
I
is
see
still a
that
series,
happen.
bro.
I
This
see
is
that
still a
happen.
series, bro. Okay, let's talk about it. Why do you see that happening right now? 2-2. Right now, 2-2. Everything's tied up. Why do you see that happening?
Kawhi Leonard is no longer on the court, and I don't see Paul George having another stinker like that again. James Harden has been playing great. Russell Westbrook, given his role, just speeding up the tempo, getting defensive stops.
Russ has been trash. Russ has been trash. Russ has been trash.
Good.
I guess you could say that, like,
trash.
offensively. I guess offensively he has been, but it's
He's
Russ.
getting left wide open.
It's Russ. I mean, again, you're not looking for him to make plays offensively. You're just, again, like I said, looking for him to up the tempo, make some plays defensively, and then just be an energy guy. Again, Terrence Mann doing a great job on Luka Doncic, bumping him off his spot. I think that they can win the series, bro. I think they can win the series. And I think James Harden is going to continue his play at a high level. How many points did he have today? Like 30-something? Or am I tweaking?
Yeah, he had 30. Both of them had 30. I think Paul George and him had 30.
Yeah, so I see that continuing to happen. Of course, Kyrie went crazy, but that's just what it's going to be. But, yeah, get past the Mavs. I think who would they go against?
The Thunder.
After this
round? Us.
It's not
even funny. Like, it's just being honest. It's us. Sorry.
No. I know.
Even then, like that's not.
I'm not trying to
they're not gonna make up.
I get where Jaden's at. Like I'm not gonna troll him anymore. Like it's a bad 3-0 is not a fun spot to be in. So I was just
I'm not saying you guys aren't gonna win. I'm just saying I think that
no, I'm just not trying to rub it in. Like I'm not gonna say anything about it's done. I was just re-looking over our last episode, and I believe I said that the Clippers had 3 guys who go for 30, and Latif's quote was, "That's not Harden anymore. He can't go for." He didn't say he can't go for 30, but when I said he can go for 35, he said that's not James Harden anymore, and he went on for 33 today. So just put it out.
It's not 35. It's not 35.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
you get 2 points.
No, I didn't know James Harden doesn't in the tank anymore. I can't lie. I did not expect him to be playing like this. I will be saying that. I was wrong about that. I don't know. He was going to be.
I think this
he's averaging 27, 7 and 7 on 73% true shooting. So he's playing literally going crazy.
How
he's doing right now.
Latif, real talk, how good of a coach do you think Mark Daigneault is?
Oh, he's amazing. He's one of the best coaches in the league.
So let's say we sweep, right? Hypothetically, let's say we sweep.
No, you're going to sweep, but you're going to sweep. But
I think we win at 5 to be safe. Whatever. We sweep, and this series goes 7.
Confident.
Do you think Mark Daigneault schemes for the next 8 days on how to beat both these teams and actually come out?
The Thunder have a great chance to beat both of these teams. I don't know why we don't have to troll. They have a great chance. Neither of these teams are super. Neither one of these teams are super big, where rebounding and stuff like that's gonna be an issue against like it was against the Pelicans. And I think all the series are gonna be close, but I would pick OKC. I'm picking OKC in the second round. I'm not gonna lie.
I've texted about it.
Unless they go against Luka.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't know if we're gonna make it out. At this point in time, any series or any games we win is just added on top. I'm happy to get out of the first round this year. and then we
bro,
move
you
on
are
to
not a
next.
confident fan. Max, I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this, bro.
It's just like I'm just being real about
no,
this.
No, stop, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, bro.
I don't know what you want me to say. First of all, you don't even have. You just got a team this year, so I don't want to hear it. After being
that's not even true. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the
Cavs,
true,
no. What does it have to do anything? What does it have to do? What does it have to do anything? Listen, the only time you were confident about Thunder this whole entire year is when you said they were going to be a playoff team. Outside of that, bro, I don't know. Chet's going to break out. Blah blah blah. I don't even bro. Just be confident. Be confident in your team.
Another reason after Chet.
Right now, you're not being confident. Right now, you're not being confident.
Anything else?
That's enough, bro.
No,
that's enough.
No,
that is enough.
That's enough. That's 2 times.
And then I think you
talking
about
against LeBron. You weren't confident LeBron was. You weren't confident.
That's being real. That's being real. That's being objective. That's being objective. Like
I'm trying to be objective.
That's not being objective.
Why can you flip the switch? That's crazy.
You talking about some? No. You talking about some any added bonus right now is just a win. Like bro, no, y'all can actually win this season.
I'm just
y'all
saying,
can beat the Clippers or the Mavs.
Experience wise,
I can beat the Clippers or the Mavs.
If we make it all, if we win the championship, I mean, I'm ecstatic. But if we get bounced, it's fine. You can say experience, whatever, and you go to next year. Like
it's not fine, bro.
Our championship window is just opening. Like I'm fine right now. There are still pieces we need to make. This is about experience. And my fear going into the playoffs was that our team would be severely inexperienced, and we're not, which is good.
We're not talking about let's not get into the Thunder right now. We'll talk about them later. We'll talk about the Thunder later. But again, I get experience and all that, but you guys are a better team than the Mavs and the Clippers, like y'all are. I'm just sorry. Right. Anyways,
they have Luka Doncic. That's good.
I understand that. Now I understand that. I want to know Luka needs to play like a top 3 player in the world if they're going to win a series. He's been very, very underwhelming considering his standards in the series. He's shot very, very inefficiently, and so that's why it's 2-2 right now. Jaden, I want to talk about the 2 games that the Clippers have actually won because you look at it, right? And we're talking about how the series is going to go for the next 2 games or whatever, next 3 games possibly. Bro, the Clippers have got off to insane starts, like just shooting the shit out the ball. Yeah. I don't think that's going to just continue to happen. Like I don't think they're going to just have these insane starts.
You said that the first game. You said that the first game. The first game you said
and then there was 2 other games. And then there was 2 other games where they just didn't do that. And if that happens again, they're going to lose the series. Now, James Harden has been spectacular, but I think it was a couple things down the stretch of the game where I feel like Jason Kidd make mistakes. Maxi Kleber should not have been in the game to end the game. I'm sorry, he was just letting any floater go. He would just I get if you come up, it's gonna be a lob to Zubac, something like that. James Harden would throw that lob, sure, but like he was offering no resistance. PJ Washington was offering no resistance. Like they were guarding him like it's 2018 James Harden. And that's because James Harden has been an unconscious pull-up shooter so far in the series. He's shooting 50% from 3 right now on 8 attempts. So he's been amazing from 3. They don't have really a point of attack defender to take him away. But this series is going to literally be on Luka. If Luka plays to what we know he can play at, the Mavericks are not losing the series. And so, Jaden, are you telling me that Luka's not going to play like that to end the series? That's what you must be telling me. Because if he does, they're going to lose the series. Like without Kawhi, bro. Without Kawhi, no, they're not beating them. I just can't see it.
I think I said this in initial reaction. I think that it would just have to be strictly based off of offense with the Mavericks. Like you're gonna have to. Luka's gonna have to be Luka. Like you said, Luka's been looking human in this series, and you can credit that to Terrence Mann. Like I was giving him praise earlier, but like I said, it's gonna have to be an offensive shootout for the Mavericks. I just don't think that they have the defense like at all. Again, like I said in a regular season, the acquisitions that they made that did help their defense, but I just don't see it. I don't see it at all.
You do realize that they've played great defense in 2 of these games, the 2 games they've won, right? They can lock in defensively. We've seen it already in the series twice. Like, let me go look how many points they scored. Because Paul George dropping the 7 points somebody's have to.
That'll never happen again either. That's not gonna happen.
You don't know that. Paul George can struggle. Paul George can struggle. He's struggled in the playoffs before, bro. It's not a foreign thing.
Kawhi like severely ruined the flow of their game. Like he severely took them out of the rhythm.
I'm not. I just think they got hot in the 2 games they won in the beginning of the game, and then they had to fight back. They literally had to fight back from down 30 in both of these games. They won. I don't think that's sustainable. Like We may see it again, right? But we've seen much more evidence of. Well, we've seen action. That's a lie. We've seen the same amount of evidence of them getting hot and having a great shooting game, and then we also seen evidence of them just being bad offensively. Like they scored 90 points in game 3. In game 2, they scored 93 points. So it's like the Mavs have the ability to lock down defensively. In game 2 and 3, Luka was much improved defensively. They were much more physical. They were not letting Luka get like picked on. And when Luka did get picked on, they had
no defense today either, by the way.
Yeah, and when Luka sent help. It was a lot of people at the nail, in help side, all that type of stuff. So again, yeah, I think that they have the ability to win a series. But we can move on to the next.
Hold on. Hold on. What was I gonna look at? Yeah, you guys don't have the perimeter. I don't think you guys have the perimeter defenders. James Harden was just getting to any spot on the court, like whenever and wherever he wanted to. You saw PJ Washington match up with him. I think at the end of the game, I don't think he was on him the whole game, but at the end of the game, he kind of took that role. He was trying to like play on his hip, trying to force him in certain directions. And again, James was just getting to the spot, getting a little flow there to work. Like you said, Maxey was not. Cleaver was kind of playing like some type of drop coverage type thing and not stepping up. But the lobs were like, I wouldn't say they were killing them, but I think it was like some type of pass to Russ, where Russ threw a lob and Kleber came up, or was that somebody else?
No, that was they sent 2 at Harden, and then Russ set in middle of the free throw line, and then he attacked the basket and threw the lob to Zubac.
Okay, all right. So I guess it's not the same thing, but yeah, I just don't think that you guys have the defenders, and not you guys, but yeah, we can move on. Knicks take a 3-1 lead. I was wrong. The Knicks probably are going to win the series. Initially I had the Sixers in 6, and then I changed it to Sixers in 7. But Joel Embiid, he's just not in shape enough. I don't think that he's fully healed. Do I think that the series should be 3-1? No, I think it should probably be like 2-2 right now. Obviously, when they didn't call the foul, and then what other game did they drop that I'm blanking on?
The Sixers have been terrible. The Sixers have been terrible in the clutch this entire series. So I mean,
yeah, you're right. But I do think that it's supposed to be like a 2-2 series, but that's not how it is. Jalen Brunson went crazy this game. What do you have? Like 47 broke the franchise record for like a playoff points. So It is what it is. Hats off to the Knicks. Most likely beat the Pacers in the next round and go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So congrats to all my Knicks fans. I know the Discord is full of New Yorkers, so it is what it is.
Let me hop in next. I don't got a whole lot to say. It's just I think I've been like, I don't know if I've been doubting the Knicks this whole time, but I just don't see them as like that upper echelon of an Eastern Conference team. I feel like a lot of teams in the East in the past, Atlanta's, Toronto's to an extent, like these 1 seeds and these 2 seeds that are like really good regular season teams, but just crumble in the playoffs. I kind of thought that would be New York again this year, especially with the 7 seed like Philly, but they've handled business. And again, you could talk about controversy with calls or whatever. Philly still put themselves in the position to lose that game, giving up those shots, not getting the rebound with Hartenstein. Hartenstein got the block on the other end of the floor. Like some of those plays, like you can avoid some of those plays or avoid the controversy that in a whole. But I mean, with how Milwaukee's looked, even if Milwaukee comes back, like I still think New York could give them a run for their money. I don't know what they do with Boston. I still think they lose, but Eastern Conference Finals, and you go back into the offseason and you retool, like I think there's a lot going well for New York right now. But like I think they still got to be careful about what moves they make, because I think the part of why their team's so good, it's like Phoenix, I think a couple years ago when they made their finals run. They have great depth, and they have guys who could do stuff on both sides of the ball. You have role players like Hardenstein. You have guys like Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, OG. Like everybody's stepping up. And I think sometimes making that big move, like we talked about earlier, the Kevin Durant, the Paul Georges, who you can sign. But I don't think that means giving away all your depth because your depth is almost what's gotten you this far, including Jalen Brunson, though, being the guy. But I think Julius Randle's obviously expendable. You're doing all this in spite of him not even being there. So I think there's a lot to look forward to in New York, regardless of what happens this year. But yeah, I think I got to put more respect on them, and I think other people do too.
So the Sixers have dominated this series, to be honest, for most of it. It just in the clutch, they've been terrible. Joel Embiid is shooting 20% in the clutch in this series. They've blown many games in this series. That's why they're down 3-1. They are not able to play with Joel Embiid off the floor. His on-off numbers are like gaudy. Like they cannot survive with him off the court in this series. And so that's why they lost. Tobias Harris has not showed up at all, which is a big reason why they lost.
Paid $40 million, bro.
He's getting paid $40 million. $40 million role player, bro. $40 million role player. It's actually ridiculous. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make it quick. Like, one, Philly shouldn't have been here. You feel me? That's one. Like, they shouldn't have been here. Two, like, I know it's in hindsight, you can't really say it, but like Jalen Brunson had to go off for them to get a W this game. Like he had to go damn near get 50 just for them to win. So it's like even Joel Embiid laboring out there and whatnot, they're still basically, like you said, dominating the series. If Tobias Harris played at least worth half of what he was getting paid, it's Philly who's up 3-1 right now. I think it's a different course of events that's going on. The Knicks, they're a good team. Yeah, clearly they don't need Randall, but I don't think they can't. Like, it's not that they don't need Randall. They just need something else in place of Randall. Because I still think they need that second scoring option. I think that would make this team a lot much better. Like if they had like somebody in place of Randall, not just missing Randall completely. But that's where you get close matchups like this with a very, very, very hampered Joel Embiid, like injured to be and B. Like this should be a damn near sweep. But I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So I picked Knicks in 7. I thought it was gonna be a much closer, and it hasn't been a close series. But again, when it comes down to it, in the clutch, I think the Sixers just have been terrible in the clutch, just especially in this game. Not much ball movement, terrible shot selection down the stretch of the game. They didn't score for like 2 or 3 minutes when they needed it. Jordan Bleed was grifting, foul baiting for the entire second half of the game. He was gassed. He was not trying to actually like look for a shot to get a bucket. He was trying to draw fouls. OG Anunoby played great defense on him, held him to like I think 2-3 points. I think it was like 1 point actually in that fourth quarter. So he played great defense. Jalen Brunson was insane. His shot making ability in these last 2 games has been outstanding. Don Steven Chisel started the night off rough, but he got it going a little bit. OG Anunoby has been great on both sides of the ball. Josh Hart has been good with all things considered in the series. I think he had like 17 rebounds today. That's another thing. The Knicks have been hounding the boards. The offensive rebound, the glass, it's been insane. That's why they are losing this series or are winning this series, and that's why the Sixers are losing it. So I think just Embiid's health. Embiid's health, the offensive rebound, the clutch is the biggest difference. And then Jalen Brunson has been spectacular over the last 2 games. But we do have a Jalen Brunson would you rather to do. So I don't know if Jaden wants to do that or
you got it.
Huh?
You got it.
Thank you for coming on the screen, Q, because trying to make TikToks with you off the screen is insane. Yes, bro. I just screenshot a picture of a blank thing and picture let's go on it. By the way, we are getting cooked on these wide receiver cores. Thank you guys for that. But anyways, all right. After Jalen Brunson's historic performance, it's only right. We have a Jalen Brunson would you rather. The first name up is Stephen Curry.
Give me Stephen Curry.
Next name, please. Next name.
Hey, give me the greatest shooter of all time. Like I'm not even about to play with him.
That's crazy. Yeah, Steph.
Taking Steph next.
Steph. No, I'm taking Jalen. Yeah, Steph.
Hey man, Jalen Brunson was top 5 this season. I can't lie, he was.
Yeah, we talked about that before, but I think there's a top 3 and then a drop off.
No, I'm talking about top 5 player in the NBA, not point guards, but that's what I was talking about. He had a top 5 season. He did. Like,
yeah, I know, but there's still player by player wise. Like, again, are you taking LeBron? Or are you taking Jalen Brunson?
Who you taking? Who you taking, Jaden?
Steph.
I'm taking Steph too. Jalen Brunson had a great season, but we got to give Steph Curry his respect. Yeah, he is a legend. I mean, he was great this season. He just didn't have a lot of help. Next player is Tyrese Halliburton.
Jalen Brunson. Yeah, Jalen Brunson. He can go get a bucket. The problem with Halliburton is that he can't really go get a bucket. I know it look crazy to say that after he done got a game winner in the playoffs and whatnot. Jalen Brunson's an incredible shot maker.
I think we did a Would You Rather at the start of the year, and I took Tyrese. But after the entirety of the season, especially now.
Fool's gold. I mean, why you did that.
Yeah, I thought he played out for the year. Yeah, no, Jalen Brunson, the way Jalen Brunson is not, I'm not going to say carry the team, but the way he can lead that team, be the number 1 option is very impressive.
Yeah, I'm going Jalen Brunson. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
I'm going Jalen Brunson. He's been better for the last 2 seasons, and he's looking like a really, really good playoff performer so far in his career.
Yeah, I'm taking Jalen Brunson. You can damn near say that he's better than Halliburton in almost every aspect. I don't really, well, probably not, but playmaking, not really. But we know what Tyrese Halliburton is as a playmaker. Tyrese has literally fallen off in damn near every aspect. Shot creation hasn't been the same since the beginning of the season. Shot making hasn't been the same, and that's probably most likely due to shot creation and within itself. So, yeah, I'm taking Jalen Brunson.
Next name up is Ja Morant.
Give me Ja Morant. I think the world done forgot who that man is. Ja Morant done led the team to the 2 seed like twice in the West. Like, that's a different situation than like props to Jalen Brunson, but Ja Morant still that dude.
I agree. Again, before the pod, we were talking about this Would You Rather, and I said that Ja, I think, is better than Jalen Brunson. Even like his first game back this year, the game winner, like he means a lot to that Memphis team. Like, that Memphis team obviously is significantly different without him on the floor. They had other injuries, but yeah, I mean, they got beat by LeBron last year, but you can't take away what they did in a packed West. So I'll go with Ja.
I'm going to take Ja, but I think it's closer than what you guys are making it seem.
I ain't say it wasn't close.
Yeah, I'm going to say. I'm going to take Ja too. It is very, very, very close, but I think with Ja Morant having the primary scoring responsibilities, the primary playmaker responsibilities, I think he just does like the combination of that at a higher level. I think he's a much better playmaker than Jalen Brunson while being able to give you 27 points per game on a year-to-year basis. So I'm gonna take Ja for that reason. But it's super close. I think Jalen Brunson is like a borderline top 15 player, which I think both of them are in the same tier. It's super close. Next name up is Trae Young.
It's Jalen Brunson now. Like, I was holding out hope for Trae Young, but just because like I feel like he gets slighted, but Jalen Brunson proves to be better in the playoffs.
See, I'm just thinking about switching situations. Like, if you put Trae Young on this Knicks team, what are they looking like?
They're not as good. I'm sorry.
Not to say. Jalen Brunson gets his buckets in a specific type of way that, helps the Knicks.
Well,
I don't know. Bro.
Like, Trae's scoring ability, I don't know.
The passing aspect of Trae getting, his 10 assists, like it's not the same. That's not what this team really needs. Because they don't got that type of that type of makeup.
I don't know, bro. So it's kind of hard because I think Trae Young again has that scoring responsibility and is a high level playmaker, one of the best playmakers in the game, one of the best passers in the game. He clears Jalen Brunson as a playmaker.
Yeah,
like attribute, Jalen Brunson is a great shooter, but attribute.
Huh?
I know that, bro.
Are you saying Jalen Brunson better? Sorry, are you saying Jalen Brunson better shooter than Trae?
No. Okay. Anyways, but attribute wise, like I'll go Trey because like Trey is a insanely high level playmaker and insanely high level scorer. Like both of those together, like that matters to me. But I'm going to take Jalen Brunson just because he is shown to elevate in the playoffs. I think more consistently than Trae Young. Like Trae Young had that one run in 2021. He had a good series in last year against Boston, a decent series. But for the last few seasons, I think Brunson has been spectacular.
Did he not bounce New York a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yes. That was no Brunson.
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was a break ago, bro.
That was 21.
That was a Derrick
Yeah,
Rose.
that was all in the same run.
I didn't think that was 21. I thought it was the year after.
No.
That was a Derrick Rose led Knicks, buddy.
Who you taking, Jaden? It's super close, bro.
So you think this is closer than Ja and Brunson, correct?
No, I don't. I think all of them are pretty close. I think Trey and Jaws are a competition too.
Yeah, no.
Trae Young done backpack top 5 offenses.
This one is super close because like I feel like they're of the same archetype in a way. Obviously, Trey is like a way better playmaker, but
I think if I'm building a team, I'd probably take Trey on my team. But who's the better pound for pound player? I might go with Brunson.
Why would you say you want to build a team?
I think Trey fits better on other. I think Trey fits easier with other players.
Basically, he can't play off the ball, bro.
Huh?
I don't even know that's true. He can't. He has not shown the ability to play off the ball. So I don't even know if that's true, bro.
It depends on what the team. It depends on what the team look like. You feel me? Like I don't think Trae Young is as good. Like for me, I don't think he does better than what Jalen Brunson does on the Knicks.
The Trey is more like your traditional.
You're saying the team is suited for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, you feel me? Like specifically what he does is why they need that specifically.
I still feel like we've yet to see Trae Young get put in like an amazing situation and just thrive. You know what I mean? Like even in 21, like I don't feel like that team was like this crazy. You know what I mean? Like I think they got good. They got lucky.
They're both Mickey Mouse. Like this whole playoff run, they're making because the Knicks are gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's
I don't think so. No, I don't think this. First of all,
Mickey Mouse.
Yes, bro, it's Mickey Mouse.
Playing.
No, they're better. They're a better team than
Sixers.
They're a better team than Sixers. I'm not gonna lie. They're just a better team.
No, they are, but that's what I mean. It's Mickey Mouse.
Knicks are a better team.
I don't think the Sixers are like a Mickey Mouse first round matchup.
They're better. They're a better team, bro. Because listen to me, Q, bro.
Hold on.
It's because
are they a better team with Joel fully healthy, or are they a better team now with Joel playing at 65%?
I think,
bro, Joel being injured.
I don't know. I think it's hard because Joel Embiid like fully healthy is obviously a great player, but I don't
think it's hard at all. I think
no.
This is not like even close. Like they wouldn't. This wouldn't even be a matchup.
I agree that it wouldn't be a matchup, but I think it's definitely close. You got to look at their supporting cast. I think the Knicks supporting cast is a lot better. And then Julius Randle is also not there.
We're talking about Philly, correct? We're not talking about Atlanta.
Joel Embiid fully healthy, you got to add Julius Randle to the equation.
And Dante, OG, Hardenstein, Mitch, Josh Hart, like all that, bro. That's like, and then you got Tobias Harris, who's just
still.
I understand that. That doesn't mean that. I don't think that means their team is better. I think that just talks about how good. Like, look at Joel. Look how they fold when Joel Embiid's off the court. That could mean the Knicks are a better team. But Joel Embiid's just a better player. Like he's just that great that he can propel.
I know. I get what you're saying. Like overall, team player for player. Yes, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you feel me? Not like, they're the better team. Like you feel me? The Knicks will win this series like 10 times out of 10. Like, not like that's what I'm trying to like. That's what I thought you were trying to say. Like, there's no way.
You can literally be a better team and lose because they got a better player.
Yeah, that's. I thought you were trying to make it seem like like this. You feel me? They just go like wax them. Like nah, like no, hell no.
Jaden, who did you? I didn't even get an answer, Jaden. Like who are you taking?
I don't know, bro. It's super close, but I'm just gonna for the fun
of
it.
I'm going pound for pound. I'm going Brunson. Brunson's in my opinion.
Thank you, Max. Thank you for cutting me off, buddy. I'm going.
I was making sure I got my thing out.
Who? You literally already said yours.
I was making sure for TikTok purposes.
You already said it, but go ahead, Jaden.
And then you cut me off in the process. I'm taking Jalen Brunson.
Okay. Last name is Jamal Murray.
Give me Jalen Brunson. He's a one. Like he's doing it as a. I'm not saying he's a one, but he's doing it as a one. He's not. He doesn't have the best player in the world. To make everything a little bit easier for him. Like it's not no real Jamal Murray hate. What is Jamal Murray hate? It's just not the same.
Are you gonna say it? Are you gonna say it?
Nah, I'm trolling.
I was gonna say.
Give me Jalen Brunson.
It's clearly Jalen Brunson. I don't think it's relatively close at all, to be honest. Not at all. I think if you need to start a team, you're definitely starting a team with Jalen Brunson 10 times out of 10. I think attribute-wise, he's better. Yeah, so that's going to do it, though. We might as well just make this episode since it took an hour and 20 minutes to recap. But, yeah. Game's got a little feisty.
Yeah, the first 30, I think 35 minutes were spent talking about.
I really didn't say anything. What you guys
Minnesota.
Anyways,
Jamal Murray bad.
The socials are at the top. We're at 1.1K. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but appreciate all the support. Make sure you follow the socials. Make sure you subscribe. We're going at a rapid pace. This has been, I don't even know if we're going to consider it an episode, but this has been the recap of the game fours, I should say, and we're out.